In this video, I'm introducing the life cycle when we analyze the statement of cash flows. Well, life cycle exists for a single product. For example, a product probably will pass on the introduction, growth, maturity, and finally decline. The four stages. Okay, but the duration probably is different. Some products only exist for months, and some products exist for hundreds of years, right? So also this applies to the analysis of a business. So when we analyze statement of cash flow, the life cycle we should consider. We can see life cycle exists in the company's revenue, and also both revenues and net income. More important, it also exists in the statement of cash flows. Companies in different stage of their life cycle have different patterns of statement of cash flows. We can think about a company in its introduction stage. Like companies relies on the financing, the fund from financing to support its two other activities. One is operating, one is investing. That's why we find in the early stage of company is financing net cash flow for financing is positive. For other two activities are negative, because at this stage company relies on financing to support its investing and operating activities. So let's take a look at a company, Tesla. Okay, Tesla, we know, was founded in 2003. It's actually a very young company. So it must be in the early stage, introduction or early growth stage. And we can find Tesla Motor operating cash flow for the past 3 years, from 15 to 17. We observe the net cash flow from operating activities are all negative. Right? So that's because this company is new, its product is still being recognized by the market, and there are a lot of mature products and business there. So to compete with the existing companies is kind of hard and challenging. And also we find Tesla invest a lot. Right? Majority of its cash flow are spent on purchase of property equipment. To support these two activities, right? These are all cash outflows. Okay, the disbursement is more than the receipts. So to support these two activities, for sure, there must be a resource of cash, where actually is cash provided by financing activities. So this is a very typical, company who is in its introduction or early growth stage. Another is one company at its maturity stage. Okay, when the company is mature or the product is mature, that means the market share is large, and the company can make decent profits from operation. So its cash flow is positive and high. In this stage, actually, the operating can provide sufficient cash flow for its investing activity. So it has more cash, actually more free cash to refund, to repay the debt, okay, or pay dividend to the shareholders. Okay, actually is to share the profits with the owners. Let's take a look at the company Johnson & Johnson statement of cash flow. We find, Johnson & Johnson from 15 to 17, the company net cash flow from operating activities positive. Right? And investing, this company keep making investments. Okay, but the operating cash flow is sufficient for the investing. So in this stage, the company does not rely on external financing. It can actually provide fund to its investing activity itself. Okay, we find a huge cash outflow for investing activity for Johnson & Johnson in 2007 because Johnson acquired some other business. Okay, that's actually needs tons of cash. So because Johnson & Johnson is a mature company, it generated sufficient cash flow, so we can observe lots of activities, actually outflows in finance activities. Pay dividend or retire the debt, purchase of common stock, so finance activities are negative. In a simple word, when we analyze the firm, so especially what we discussed in chapter 1, you learn the economics and the strategy of the company, you know the business. Okay, so you should combine with this analysis in your analysis of the financial statements because these factors will affect the company's financial statements.